Hello, Leos. Welcome to Souls Intersect. This is your love and relationship reading for July and August, and a happy birthday to you. I also did a general reading for Leo for July, and I will post the link to that in the description below. My intention is to read for both couples and singles. So those of you in relationships and those of you who are not. But first and foremost, I read intuitively, so I'll deliver the messages as they come to me, but I am setting that as an intention to try to cover for both. Okay, as an overview, it does look like for some of you, you are leaving a relationship and it feels like something has been, it's one that has been unfulfilling for you. This does feel like a long-term thing, something that you've invested in. And this may have not just happened. This may have happened over the past few months or the past year or two. It does feel like a transition that is taking some time because of how much emotional impact it had on you, and because of what it did to you. And again, what I'm picking up on there is that it was extremely unfulfilling for you, and you are questioning your reasons for staying in a relationship like that, and it does feel like you've gotten out of it, but you're not sure why you accepted what you accepted on a certain level, and you're still very much questioning that. I do feel that you have quite a good spirit about you. I'm really seeing those 2 cups standing in the 5 of cups, and then also this 2 of wands, as you still holding on to hope for a happy partnership. And it's kind of nice too, because I see you as this page looking at the 2, wanting again to feel that initial passion that you feel at the start of a relationship. So really wanting that again. If you're not at a point where you have experienced that again yet, you're holding that in your heart, and I do feel that is something that will manifest for you. Some of you probably already have experienced it again, and you may be in that state right now, which is why that's coming up. So you've been through this transition, this ending, and there was a lot of emotional upheaval. But the other half of that you're now in this period where you're feeling that spark again. And it does feel like a better partnership for you. So whatever was unfulfilling about the last one, it feels like you will be more fulfilled in the current or upcoming one. And I'm feeling that with the 2 of wands, it's been coming up for me a lot in readings as a partnership that's based more on spiritual compatibility and shared passions. And I've actually been seeing it in sort of a 2 of cups way recently in my readings. And it's because a lot of my clients, and I think a lot of people drawn to my readings, are looking for a partnership that is more that resonates more with their spirituality. That doesn't mean that you would have to share spiritual beliefs, but that you feel that you're more compatible in that sense, that there's a soul connection, or that you're at a similar vibration or something along those lines. And that does feel like something coming up for you in the future. It doesn't necessarily have to be this month or into August, but it feels like you have your eye on that, and it is something that you will be able to manifest. For any of you who are in a current relationship, it feels like a couple of things. There may be consideration of leaving if you haven't left yet. And I'm still picking up on that feeling of being unfulfilled. I'm also picking up on some possible betrayal. So that doesn't necessarily have to be having been cheated on, but maybe lied to, or promises that were made that were broken with these spilled cups. it's feeling more like that. Um, you were told things were going to change or be a certain way, or that certain things were going to come about and they didn't. And I'm feeling some anger around that too. And it feels like you're justified in feeling that anger because these were promises that were broken. So it feels like you may be considering leaving. For some of you, it may just be that you're considering taking things to a new level. And I feel like you are showing up as this page looking to possibly discover a new stage together if you're hoping to maintain a relationship. And it may be on a spiritual level, or it may be exploring new passions together to try to bring the relationship to a new level to get out of whatever emotional upheaval came up with this Five of Cups. Another thing that I'm getting with the page looking at this Two of Wands is I'm almost seeing it as three people, and I'm feeling like you may be looking to take it to a new level in the sense of looking to speak to a spiritual advisor together or a traditional therapist together, because you want to heal this emotional pain, whatever caused this. And so you're wanting to take it to a new level in that sense. The other thing with the three people too is that there may actually be, for some of you, another person involved. Doesn't have to necessarily have been a full-blown affair, but it feels like it could be an emotional affair, someone cropping up from the past maybe, who disturbed some things in your current relationship, whether it be it sparked something in you or it sparked something in your partner. There is a third energy there, and that's another interpretation of it. Okay. For those of you who have been single for a while, so maybe I already discussed a little bit that some of you may have left a relationship in the past year or so. If that doesn't speak to you, I'm also just feeling that there may be the sense of trying to reach a new level in terms of working through emotional pain from the past. It feels something like what I'm getting is that this is speaking to someone who has had a lot of emotional struggle to work through. And it feels like you may have gone away from it at some point, that you may have, rather than, I'm seeing this duality, like cups on one side and the wands on the other side, and the wands are your element. And it feels like it's speaking to singles, and it seems like you may have avoided some certain emotional things, and it could still be about a past relationship, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. It could be some other kind of emotional trauma or pain from the past, or just disappointment if it's not as extreme as trauma. But it seems like you've been, maybe for a while, been more focused on just seeking out a partnership, following your passion, just trying to do things that make you more comfortable, enjoy yourself, do things that you love, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it does feel like there maybe has been an avoidance of working on some emotional stuff. And this doesn't necessarily have to be a single person. This could just be speaking to an individual in a relationship. But if this is the case with you, it feels like it's coming up because it's impacting either the relationship you're in some way, or it's impacting your search for a relationship, or the types of partners that you're bringing in. And again, it feels like it's like a polarization. So it feels like there needs to be a merging of these things that you are doing where you're just going about your daily life and again, it feels like, you're being yourself, and you're doing things that you love and enjoy, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it feels like there needs to be a merging of that with some of this emotional work and something from the past that still needs to be worked through. If there can be some kind of merging of those, it feels like that could be helpful. It could even just be that you have been spending time with people, dating maybe, or just spending time with friends, and that there's something emotional that could even be discussed with your friends or brought into your daily life in some way that you haven't done yet. It just feels like there needs to be a merging of the two, and there may be some avoidance in doing that. Putting this emotional stuff on the back burner, maybe you don't want to share it with others, or you just feel like it would be a burden to a current relationship or a current group of friends or something, but it feels like there's actually space to bring that in some way, to merge it, not to dampen any of this fiery passion and any fun or enjoyment that you're having, but it needs to be integrated in some way. So I'm not getting any more specifics on that. It feels like some of you will understand this, or at least it'll sink in on some level, but they need to be integrated. So that's what I'm picking up on there. Okay, definitely some material for possible individual reading. It feels like if you're interested in any more specifics about it, definitely contact me. So soulsintersect@gmail.com, and thank you, and I look forward to doing another reading for you. Take care.